Hey guys, today you're going to be getting a chance to look at the brand new firearm in the Armory. It is going to be the Centurion 14. Stick around. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to another video here at the Armory. So as you had just seen in the starting clip of the video, this is the Centurion 14, and for those of you who don't know, the Centurion 14 is the Century Arms clone of the Browning High Power. And I apologize if my voice seems a little raspy. I'm just starting to get my voice back. I've been under the weather for a few days, but I think I'm starting to come back to it. So, today, I had just picked up my brand new firearm. This is the Centurion 14, otherwise known as the High Power Clone. So, we're going to go ahead and we're going to do a quick safety check. So, as we can clearly see, there's nothing in the chamber right there. Yep, and there's no magazine. Magazine's right here. So, what can be said about the Browning High Power that has not already been said throughout the ages? So, pretty much what this guy is right here is the Century Arms clone of the Browning High Power. And they actually copied this, like, I would say very, very close, because it even has the magazine disconnect in here. I have not had a chance to shoot this. I just literally picked this up today. So I thought I'd do a little quick video and show you guys what the Browning High Power actually looks like. Now, for those of you who don't know, the High Power was the brainchild of one of the best gun creators out there, John Moses Browning. Now, the only thing that he could not figure out in order for this firearm to work very efficiently was the magazine. The magazine held him up the most, and unfortunately, it did not. It was not fully completed before he passed away, and it was actually his a student, or his apprentice rather, that actually came up with the idea for the magazine in order to make the firearm work. So this was supposed to replace the 1911, because you can see that, and we'll do a safety check on this one. No magazine, nothing in the bore. So as you can clearly see, the design of these firearms are nearly identical. And when I say that, I mean you can see the groove cut out right here in the slide frame is almost the same as it is right here. The model itself, when it comes to the slide frame right here, is literally nearly identical. The only difference is that obviously the grips are going to be twice the size of the 1911 because it's trying to accommodate the double stacked magazine. So this is obviously 9mm, and this gun right here, we'll go ahead and we'll just move the case out of the way real quick. What do you get with this one, by the way? Well, you only get one magazine, but this gun right here cost only about $350 from where I purchased it, and that's with tax and everything included. But what else do you get in here? Well, obviously you get your little empty chamber indicator, and you also get 3 tools right in here. So you get your cotton swab right here, you also get your bore brush right up here, and then you get the little stem right here to be able to put your cloth patches through to be able to lubricate the barrel, or use patches if you have them. And you get this little case. It's all right. So let's go ahead and we'll talk a little bit more about this. Like I said, I just acquired this today. So the features on this gun is actually pretty pretty new to a guy like me. So the thumb safety right here is actually not very positive for you to get your thumb right there. It's doable, but you're not going to hear like a very loud click like you would hear if it was the 1911 here. And I know that you guys can hear that as opposed to this. It's very stiff, but again, this is a brand new gun. Have not shot any rounds through it, but I'm hoping to get this out to the range here pretty quickly. And I know that the hammer is down, but unfortunately, like I said, the magazine disconnect is in here, so it won't fire. That was actually a safety feature that Browning had designed in the firearm. But in terms of using this as a carry pistol, it's a really massive problem in the carry department, because here's the reason why. A lot of people will probably make the argument, and again, loaded magazine, a lot of people will make the argument that, well, if you have the gun and it's loaded, you could very easily, if you get into like a fist fight or anything and the guy tries to go for your gun or anything like that, you can easily hit the magazine and pull it out, and then if he happens to get the gun away from you, you can't use it. The only problem is with that way of thinking is, first off, you should not be allowing the guy to get that close. That's the first thing. You should always be keeping your distance. So when you are in a situation like that, you never allow the person to get close to you. It's called the reactionary gap. This is what they teach police officers when they are training to become law enforcement officers. This is what they teach at the academy, is that you need to have a gap so that you can react appropriately. So whether the guy is coming at you with a knife, or whether the guy is coming at you with his fists, whatever, whether the cop decides to use pepper spray, taser, or a firearm, there's got to be a gap in between you and the perpetrator. That's the same case scenario for civilians when it comes to a concealed carry situation. You never close the gap. You always keep a gap between you and the perpetrator. So when it comes to that magazine disconnect, I think it is a safe system if you're in a military situation, because normally you have the logistics of the military behind you. You've also got like 100 other guys around you. So you can make that argument. But in a civilian situation, I don't think it's a good idea. But good news is there is a way to pull that disconnect out. And I will do a video on that later on in the future. Because what's going to happen when I pull that disconnect out, the magazine is going to be able to be dropped freely. So I'll demonstrate that real quick with the 1911. So when that magazine disconnect is removed from the Browning, the magazine is just going to fall out. So then that eliminates a step that I don't have to do. So you can see right there, the mag popped out. But that disconnect is pushing on the magazine, so it won't let it drop freely. So I have to physically pull it out. So that is one reason why I'm going to remove it. The other reason is that the trigger, people have done tests on this, whether they use the Lyman or some other pressure gauge that they use, but the trigger on a Browning high power that has the magazine disconnect, they'll go from anywhere from like 6-pound pulls to 8-pound pulls. This one is pretty stiff, but it's got all that take up that it needs to move from that magazine disconnect in order to engage. So That's going to be another thing that's going to change as soon as I get that disconnect out of there. It'll become a lighter trigger pull, because guys who have done it have tested it with their lineman gauge, and goes down to about a 4-pound trigger pull to a 5-pound trigger pull. So can't wait for that to happen. So the other features that we have on this firearm is that you've got those high blade front sights and high blade and the elevated rear sights right there. We got a ring hammer right here, and how you disassemble this gun is actually pretty cool. I've never had a pistol that does this. So you go ahead and you pull the slide back. So your safety acts as a slide lock at the same time. So you pull it back just a little bit more, and then you have your safety engage into the frame, and that allows you to push on this little pin right here. And then you're able to, just trying to wiggle this out a little bit. There we go. So you're able to just push this little pin right here, and there comes out the slide release. And then you just release the hammer, and then everything slides right off. I've never had a pistol do that before, so I think that's pretty neat. And just so everyone can see, you might be able to see it right there. Maybe I can, there we go. So right in here, right where this screwdriver is, right there, is the magazine. Crud, now I lost my train of thought of what this is called. The magazine disconnect, my bad. That's where the magazine disconnect is located, right there. It's that little square box right there. From what I've seen guys do, it's not very complicated to remove, so I'm hoping to take care of that here pretty soon. But one way or the other, then to reassemble it, you just go ahead and put your safety in the slide lock position, and then you just wiggle in this pin, the slide release pin, and there we go. And then lower the safety, and it's back in working order. So this is the brand new pistol in the Armory. The Centurion 14 high power clone. So I'm hoping to get this out to the range here pretty soon and do some videos on this, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Like I said, I'm going to try and get this out pretty soon. Sorry about the way my voice sounds. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys have a really good day. Be on the lookout for more videos coming your way. Have a good night. See you later, and remember, shoot straight and shoot safe. Have a good day.